All right, hey friends. Hopefully, hold on, let me get this set up here. There we go. All right, you guys, sorry, I'm just getting myself. I know that you are locked. Come on. Oh wait, you're locked this way. All right, hey you guys, sorry, let me just kind of get you adjusted here. Yep. There's that. I'm gonna set you in the mount here so I can finish getting adjusted. Sorry about that. I was running a minute or two late there because I actually got my printer working. There we go. My printer is hooked up and working, so I was printing off the last couple of things that I need to fill in the layouts we've been working on over the last couple of days and the one for today. So let me just pull up my link here on my iPad so I can see you guys as well and make sure that everything looks okay. Happy Sunday. How's everybody's weekend going? There we go. Now I can see you. Hello. Hey, hey, hey. Yay. All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Yay, I see so many of you here. Risa, Jen, Yessie, Rachel, Etienne, I already said Risa. Risa again. Hi, Risa. Mel, hey, you guys. All right, so exciting that we are back again. Exciting that I have my printer. Let me actually grab my pages that I printed off. So look at this. I have photos. Woo, photos, yay. And a little bit of journaling. So hallelujah for that. So today we're going to be working on story number 2. We're going to finish up the reason why page and story number 1, and then also get a pocket done on the left-hand side of my album here. So really excited for all of that. I ended up getting ink on my table yesterday, which is awesome. It's not actually, it's just a foam board, but anyway, so awesome. All right, so I don't think I have anything else other than that to tell you for today, so I don't know. Anyway, how's your weekend going? How about tell me how your weekend is going, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna grab my stool so I can drop everything in the process, and then we'll get you flipped around. And we'll get going. I'm so excited to work with photos today. Okay, so let me pull you down off of here and we're gonna go to my desk, which is gonna go this way. Awesome. Thank you, Jen. Yes, I found this hair clip. I don't remember where. I'm probably at Walmart. They're like, it's like a skeleton hand. All right, my first live on Patreon. Hi, Crystal. Can I just say that you spell your name the best way? I have to tell you that. The cool way, the cool crystals. Okay, so here we go. We are good to go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do here today is maybe let's work on this pocket first and get that done and off of my desk. So, which doesn't require any photos or the journaling. The only thing I didn't get printed yet was the journaling that goes inside of this tag, which I have it ready. I ran out of time to get that done before I needed to get on here, and I was already running late. So I'll do that later. Okay, so let's set all of this to the side. This is all of my idea for today's project. And then I just want this. All right. Just got home from the Magic Kingdom. I am so jealous of that. That is amazing. Do they have the Magic Kingdom all set up with the Halloween? What is it called? The Halloween weekend? Halloween something? I'm actually going to double check and make sure that my camera is recording really quick before we're good. Before we get going. All right. So yesterday, remember how I was testing out the recording feature on my phone? So it worked. So I'm really, really glad and happy that it worked. So my intro page is going to be janky and a little bit, the quality of that video is not going to be super great on YouTube, but the one from yesterday turned out really well. So Thank goodness for that. I don't know what happened that first day. Like if I didn't push the button right or I don't know. But anyways. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this pocket on the inside cover. I have this treat bag that I got from Target. I'm pretty sure this came from Target. And what I'm going to do is open this up on the inside and I'm going to trim out the what is this, the sides of this bag. So I want to keep enough that I can add adhesive to it and close it up on the edges. So I'm going to leave maybe like a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch here down the side and then also at the bottom. So we'll just trim this piece out as well. And then, well, actually, no, I don't need that piece. So I'm going to go from here and just take off the whole thing. So we're going to go all the way to the bottom and then across the bottom here. Same thing. Just leaving about 1/4 inch to a little bit more than that. Bag all up in my space. All right, and then, okay, so there's one side. And so the nice thing about it is that will still fold and make this easy to attach to the opposite side for the pocket. And I also could totally just attach that in here. But no, I want a little bit of extra room at the bottom for the stuff that goes inside of it. So I'm going to actually put the back on as well. So let's take this part off. And go like this. Just want to make sure I'm not cutting anything I shouldn't be cutting. And then back side, the side. All right, there we go. So there is the side edge of the bag, which I'm just going to get rid of. Don't need that anymore. And then I've got this piece here, right to the front and the back. And these will just go directly together. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to adhere them front to back here with score tape. I think I'm just going to use my really thin score tape, maybe. Actually, this might fit. This will fit, so let's use this. So, let me see what you guys are up to here. Heading out to Colin's baseball scrimmage in about 30 minutes. Well, awesome. I hope that his baseball scrimmage goes well. How is he liking baseball, Mel? How's it going? How's the season going? Let's see what you guys are doing. Halloween, the 50th Halloween. That's actually really cool. Are they doing something special for it if it's the 50th? Okay, and so this is getting, that's a little bit thin. So let's go down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to come back in with the smaller. Yeah, because it's small on both sides. So maybe I'll just opt for the smaller altogether. Huh. You know what? Today I need to play Halloween music. Let me see if I can. See if I can get Google to do it. Hey Google, play Halloween music.
Okay, check out this Halloween music station on YouTube Music.
Hold on, I'll turn her down too. Hey Google, volume at 30%. There we go. Hopefully we'll get some Halloween music and that'll help fill in some of the quiet here. All right, so now that I got it adhered, now that I have my adhesive on both sides, let's go ahead and stick these together. And then, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Hey Google, volume at 20%. Let's see if that's better. Okay, so now you can see that that created a pocket instead of a bag, right? So that makes this a lot thinner for adding to the inside cover here. Which, again, I could have just adhered this straight onto the thing, but oh well, whatever. I like it this way. Now I want this pumpkin to be on the front end. I feel like I wish I had some scissors that did the edging like that. I don't think I do though. Like pinking shears. I don't think I have pinking shears. You're still too loud. Hey Google. Hey Google. Volume at 10%. Okay, that's a little bit better for me. You guys probably won't be able to hear it that great, but that's okay. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna cut the top off of this. Even though I like that edge, whatever. I wonder, could I... No, not doing that. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we've got the inside there. Next, what I want to do is kind of decorate it a little bit. I really liked this Collector of Curiosities title from Tim Holtz. This is an older piece. It's a really thick chipboard. Ooh, excuse me. And so what I want to do, because it blends in really a lot with the bag. So what I thought I could do is take this washi tape that has this pinked edge to it. And we're just going to test this out. If I don't like it, I can take it right back off. But I wanted to do 2 sections of it. See if that's going to be enough. So that it comes out of the top and the bottom. And then we will see what we think of that. So then it pops it off a little bit better. Now this I'm just going to wrap around to the back side so that it doesn't come off, especially once I get this adhered down onto the background. And then this we'll add some adhesive to and put it on. All right. And yes, the pinked washi tape is super cool. It came in a set of like 5 different washies, and one of them was this gray, almost kind of silvery tone, and the other one is black. So they're really cool. Let's see. All right, so we'll add that to the center. Okay. Then I've got this that I thought I'd put down here. It says just a bunch of hocus pocus. This is from the Cocoa Daisy. I can never remember Cocoa Daisy's name, like super offhand. I don't know what I want to call them. Colorcast Designs, probably. All right, so we'll take the adhesive off of this little piece. Pull out my tweezers. And then put this down here. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I love, so Etienne, the Tim Holtz things, so these came in this huge bag of titles. I'll actually show you what I've got. So after doing, this is my 4th, 18, 19, 20. This is my 4th October Daily album. I bought these back when I did my very first one. And I've given a whole bunch of these away because it just had so many different ones. But they are some of my favorites, you know, like in the, you know, The Dead of Night and Lost in the Darkness, Hocus Pocus. Like there's so many good ones of these that I just use them every single year in my book somehow. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do with this is add this little banner because I like the pop of orange in here. And that's going to be this bag. I'm just really thinking, like, what do I have? I don't really have anything that, oh, and all of my punches are currently taped closed in a drawer that is taped closed. Okay, so let's put this little banner on there. And then we'll work on the pieces that go inside. Or at least plan the pieces that go inside, right? So let's put the little banner on here. This is from the A Little Scary collection from Fancy Pants. And that's going to be that. So, it's just a question now of like, what can I do up here? Anything? Because it would be so much better, don't you think, to have like the little... What if I attached it to the back side? Does that look weird? Because if it was on the back and I've got like strings coming out, right? Because that's kind of my plan. Or I'll have this coming out, I think. You know, so if this is coming out from inside the bag, I think that looks fine. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna tape this back on here too. All right. So for any of you who like Halloween, anybody listening to Halloween playlists or music right now, if you are, what is your current favorite Halloween song? Mine, right now I'm obsessed with a group called Voice Play. They are an a cappella group. And they do like, so they sing the songs a cappella, right? But then they also do music videos where they go in full costume and it's really, really like a dramatic play of the certain whatever song it is. And they're just so good. I really, really love them. All right, so what we're gonna do next then is go ahead and adhere this down on the inside pocket. And then, or I keep calling this a pocket, inside cover. And then what is going to go inside of this bag is my typical, like how I typically start most of my albums like this is with a quick like information about each person in the family. Now this I'm not going to do all the way today because I need to type up the journaling. I haven't done that yet. Which for me is just going to be putting together a list of questions to ask the family and then having everybody answer it. I'll type it up and then we'll put it in here, probably with a picture of them or something like that. What I love about this little peekaboo pumpkin in the front, which when I turn this around, you'll see it again, is I'm actually planning to put a photo down at the bottom of a tag and have the photo be what you see inside of that pumpkin. I think that that would be super cute. All right, so then we're gonna tape this down here, trying to keep it somewhat straight. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Good enough. So then that will be a photo. Now, what I haven't decided yet is if I want to make my own tags or if I want to use these what is this called? Craft. The craft paper ones, right? The craft paper ones are fairly thick, but, you know, it's not necessarily a really bad thing. Can I fit? I was originally thinking of putting these. I still like that idea. So what I might do is take the paper that I was looking at first. So I've got this paper right here from Heidi Swap, which is this kind of Halloween colored polka dot. And I'm going to use the craft tag. These craft tags were from last year's December Daily collection. I just kept them with a bunch of my supplies because they're pretty neutral. One says gathered together, you know, which isn't like, I don't know. It's not, what do I want to say? super Halloween maybe is what I'm looking for. It's not like super Halloween themed, but it doesn't have to be. And I can also cover that up if I want to. So let's trace out and cut out 2 tags out of this. And then we'll go from there. Have been twice. Reading what you guys think. Yep. The wedding, yes. Let's go songs. Monster Mash. One-Eyed One Horde, Flying Purple People Eater. Ooh, I haven't listened to that one in so long. I'll bet you the kids would super love that. I'm gonna add that one to my playlist. The one that I'm listening to right now, I'll get back to the wedding here stuff too. So the song that I really love right now is called oh man, what's it called? Now I've lost it. Because it was in my head. It's been in my head for like days. Grinning. Okay, Michelle, if you know what it is, type it in there. I can't think of the name of it. It's like grinning ghosts? No. Grinning, I don't know. But it's really good, so you should look it up. All right, so couple of things. Wedding. So last night we went to a wedding for our friend. Our friend is our realtor. So he's the one who helped us buy our new home and sell our other home. And he and his fiance finally got married, which is really exciting because his fiance is from Canada. And so they spent a lot of the last year, I don't know how much of the last year, but quite a bit of the last year not being able to be together because the border was closed. So they were able to get married yesterday, and it was a beautiful wedding. So we were really, really glad that we were able to go and be a part of it and just, help to celebrate them. It was super nice. I'm going to set those to the side. For my desk. So right now, oh, by the way, Jen, thank you. And Michelle, thank you. Grinning Ghosts. That's the name of the song. Look it up. It's by, I don't know who it's actually by, but the one that I like is Voice Play's version. And it's so good. So look that one up. So my desk so far, it's a little too tall for me because it is a hand-me-down. So actually what I'm planning to make a couple of adjustments to this desk. I really like how big it is. Right now everything feels a little cluttered because I don't have everything set up the way I want it to be set up. Eventually we'll get there, but we're just not quite there yet. So I'm actually going to lower the desk height about let me see here. Maybe about a half an inch. So it's not really, really too tall. Maybe even an inch. It might need to go down an inch. But there's a big difference for like, if you pick your arms up and press down, if you're pressing it at your belly button height, it's not as comfortable as if you're pressing at your hip height. So I'm going to lower my desk so that it's even with my hips instead of up as high as it is. And to do that, I'm going to take a portion off of the bottom underneath where the shelf is, because there's a shelf in between, like underneath the skirt, and I want that shelf height to stay the same. So there's like, I don't know, maybe about 2 or 3 inches, maybe even 4 inches at the bottom where I can cut a half an inch off. And then that will be a lot better. It also has underneath this foam board, it has a foam top with a fabric cover over top of that, because we used it for a sewing table and we would just iron right on the table, because you do, lots of ironing of stuff, especially we did a lot of homemade bias tape. And so, so for that, we just ironed right on it, but I'm not going to be ironing. I don't need it to have the pillow top on it, so I'm going to take that off and put a piece of, I think it's called melamine on top, so it'll have a white top and it'll be hard. So those are just a couple of things that I'm gonna do to make it work for me. But other than that, it's really nice. I like the amount of space I've got. I like that I can have more on my table without you guys really being able to see it. And all of that. So, okay. So I'm almost thinking about doing all 4 of these instead of, you know, cutting up another piece of paper. Or I could cut up another piece of paper and have all of them look like this. I don't know yet. Let's see. All right, so see you later, Mel. I hope you guys have a good time at the game. That gets really thick. Okay, so maybe I will just make them all this paper and not this, since this is quite a bit thicker. So let's do that. We'll cut 2 more of these. It's the nice thing about this paper pack coming with 2 of each one is it gives me enough space to do this. All right, so trace you and trace you. Yeah, I can't wait to do a craft room tour when it feels ready. It's so, everything is just chaos. And it probably is going to be for a while. Like, at least I have a computer and I have a printer that works. But it's still not all the way together yet. Wait, where did I put that? Where are you at? Trimmer, where did you go? Am I like losing my mind? There it is. Okay. All right, and we'll do this. And that, and then I can cut the little edges off. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Stop. Yeah, I'm deciding I'm not going to do that. I feel like I can't concentrate. It's hard to concentrate and talk and listen to music. So, no, we tried it. All right, so cut those off, cut these off. So this is going to make this a little bit thinner. It's going to fit inside that pocket a bit better than the craft paper ones. Okay, and then I just need to hole punch it, and then that will give me all of these. Where did those go? Okay. All right, so I'm also using my power punch just because I like the size of that hole with the size of the tag. It just feels a little bit more substantial, a little bit better. That's kind of there. All right, so we've got 4 of these. I'll add the rest of that to the side. Next, I want to use these really big sticker letters. These are from the Target dollar aisle from like 4 years ago. I bought these way back when to use for October Daily and then never used them. So we are finally going to open these babies up and get a couple of them stuck down. And then the other thing, so if I'm going to put a photo, let's think this part through as well. So, and maybe I just want to put, like, can I fit these and a photo in there? I think so. I think that will still work. I'm not going to add the twine to them yet because I'm probably just going to print my journaling directly onto the back of these. It's got this kind of dark gray color. And so, yeah, I think that will work out. Okay. Okay, because I don't want to bulk it up too much. All right, so let's do this. So we're going to do an A for Aaron. I'm not used to, there we go. I haven't got my process down yet, so I feel like I keep losing my things. All right, so we're going to do an A for Aaron here at the top. If only I could get it in the middle. Okay. So, let's kind of get myself situated. There we go. So there's A for Aaron. And then a K for Crystal. Okay. An I for Izzy, or Isabella. Let me put this straight so I can make sure I'm somewhat straight. Okay. And a J for Jonah. Okay. So that will be that. Now my question is, if I put this in there, is it visible? I think it will be. Like, meaning the sticker will be visible through the pumpkin. Yes. Yep. So what I might do is just put maybe like a picture in the front, or no, I'll probably just put a picture in the front of these and do one more that's a picture of all of us. Okay. So then what I'll do later is I will add my journaling to the back, and then I'm going to take this mummy cloth here, and then I will put it in two, and then just staple it on the top. So then out of here, you'll see all the mummy twine coming out. Okay, so that's going to be that for now. Let's do that and this. Okay, so we're going to put these in here for storage and call that a day. So there's our inside pocket. Then let's go ahead and cut apart these photos and start doing that. Let me clear off some of this stuff though, because it when my space starts to feel like there's too much, then it distracts me. Do any of you guys have that too? Like, you can't start a new thing until you have a clear space? I know that is definitely my MO. Okay, so put those up there. I'm gonna keep these little strips of paper for potentially using another time. And all of that. I still don't have a garbage in here yet. I really, really need to get a garbage. And then these pieces, I will stick back over with all that stuff. This I still need. All right, that feels a little better. Okay, so photos, let's trim those out. I printed all of my photos on an 8.5 by 11, which is just the easiest way for me to do it. So I've got two that are the 4.25 by 8.25. These are gonna go in the pockets. So there's those two. And then these are going to go with today's story. Okay. We'll just trim them all apart. And there we go. Okay. And then these are, how big did I make you? So if you are your 6.25, that's right, yeah. So I made you 6 1/4. I made you 6 1/4. Okay. So do that, and then I made you 3 and like something like this. I think actually I can use this right as my template because that's kind of what I wanted it to be shaped like, is like this. So we will go ahead and trim this out. So these are my journaling for today's story. Now for story number 2, what I'm going to be documenting are some of my favorite costumes from the years. And I chose all costumes that I, or really my family and I, wore since I've been an adult. So I thought that would be fun. Now I could totally go back and tell this story again and do it from the perspective of costumes that I wore as a child. I think that would be another really cool story. I do have some photos from that time in a scrapbook that my mom made for me. So I've got some from when I was little that I could go back and use. Okay. This one was like slightly cockeyed. Okay. All right, so that's going to give me 3 tag shapes. This is a tag that I have that's older from Hobby Lobby. It just came as a set. They had them like white with this gold around it, and then they also had craft colored ones. I purchased a bunch of them years and years ago, and I still have quite a few of them left. So sometimes I use them for my actual projects, and then sometimes I use them just as a like a pattern that I can cut out different ones with. Okay, so these are my tags. Let's also go ahead and hole punch this. We're just doing a lot of tags today. Sometimes I feel like that's my go-to when I'm not using a silhouette file or something of that nature. I really like using tags. I like that they allow you to add multiple stories. I hate that. On one layout. I think that's kind of fun. All right, so those we're going to handle later. We'll get rid of all of this stuff. And then let's go ahead and get these photos in here. So I have 2 photos that I printed. I took both of them on October 1st. The kids and I dressed up for Halloween to celebrate, well, not for Halloween, for October Halloween season, to celebrate the fact that it is finally here. So my first photo is going to go here on this side. I just want to figure out if I feel the need to embellish it at all, or if I just want to leave it the way it is. Sometimes I like to just kind of leave my photos if, you know, if they don't really need anything. Like those are no. Okay, so let me just see through here real quick if there is anything. Like that's kind of cute. It says little monsters live here. Truer words were never spoken. I don't feel like I need anything like that. Or that. Or that. And let's just see if I have any clear plastic or clear ones. Happy Halloween. Boo to you. I also kind of like the boo to you. It's kind of cute. Kind of cute. Okay. So, what would you look like? Let's kind of grab that off. Boo to you. The thing is everything is top heavy on this side. So I feel a desire to add stuff to the bottom of this side to help and like even out the heaviness. So I'm thinking I'm going to just go ahead and go for it. Add Boo to You down here at the bottom. And then maybe put some kind of like, I could do a star. New. Like I still, no. Another Boo, there's a moon, 31. No. Some of them are just kind of too dimensional. No. I do have an idea though. So I've got this. I have this big sticker sheet that I totally forgot about the other day when I was making the bat page because it actually has a bunch of bat stickers on it, which, you know, of course, I didn't remember when I was looking for them. So, like on here, I could grab maybe a smaller one and mimic, you know, because there's bats all on this side and birds. Creepy bats, creepy birds. Ooh, like there's this little bird. Okay, what would you look like? No. Too out of place. But like one of these, come here. These are from last year's Halloween market. I didn't use hardly any of them. I think I'm going to do that. So just add this like cardstock bat down there. Do I... What else is on here? Candies. Like, what would it look like with this itty bitty tiny pumpkin? Thinking no. I mean, he's cute, but thinking no. Okay, so then what if I go back to, say, one of these? So let's just test this out. These are like really old from Ellie's studio. Well, let's just do it. Why not? So then we've got like the bat and the pumpkin kind of mimicking the other side. I think that's probably good enough. All right, so that finishes off this. So we're just going to stick that in here. Hopefully I trimmed you at the right size. Oh yeah, yep, you're good. Okay, a little bit tight. Okay, let's take just a tiny, tiny bit off of the side. Make this go down in the pocket a bit easier. Okay. There's that. Okay, let me see what you guys got. What questions are you going to ask your family for the tags? So I'll probably ask ones similar to last year, except last year I never even asked them the questions. So it'll be like the first time they've answered them. So questions I like to ask are, you know, what is your favorite Halloween movie? What is your favorite Halloween candy? What's something you really want to do this October? What else? You know, what's your favorite song? So just kind of like favorites of the season, with a little bit of like what are your hopes for the season sprinkled in there as well. you know, why do you love October? Because we all love October. So I think that would be fun too. Why do you love October? Okay, so this one goes with bucket list. Now the bucket list page, I also decided I want to add numbers. I have so many numbers that I might as well do it for October Daily too. So I've got this like ticket 1, I've got a black number 1, I've got a charm number 1, which I'm thinking maybe the black one or this one. I even kind of like those layered together. Okay, so then I also, maybe I want to put one of these types of embellishments on here. So, like, since this October is my favorite, which is cute, but I don't know. All right, so let's see what else I've got in here. I want candy. You put a spell on me. No. A little spooky pumpkin everything. Okay, so maybe not, but a lot of these also have those like longer sentiments on them. Also, we could resting witch face, which makes me chuckle a little bit. Maybe a resting witch face because we're making like scary faces and that's kind of funny. Okay, so if we did thinking, how can I layer these up? You know? Okay. Halloween, frightfully delightful, spooktacular, which also spooktacular is kind of cute too. Although I really like resting witch face. So I'm going to keep that. All right, let me just punch all these out without meaning to. No, go back in. Okay. So what else do I have? No. Let's go back through these one more time. I could also still do that little monsters one. Maybe. Where'd you go? Some of these I put in the wrong spot too. All right, so go back over there. You go there. There's the little monsters. Maybe. Okay, those are just clear stickers. Where are, oh, you know what, they're over here. I'm like, where are my, oh, my Heidi Swap ones. So, okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to little monsters lip here. I'm so bad with enamel dots, like knowing where do I put these? Like I know, like do a little cluster of 3 of them, you know, is kind of the rule of thumb. Okay, so I think I'm not going to do that. I kind of like this right here. I like resting witch face. I think that is kind of punny, right? It's a pun and it's funny. I like October is my favorite. Resting witch face #1. Maybe some of those. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to use enamel dots like a normal person. And nope. You can go there and there. Okay. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go. October is my favorite at the bottom. And then resting witch face. Oh, thank you, Yessie. Yes, I'm glad you guys suggested taking the word October out as well. I don't like it. At first I was like, man, I just really feel like it needs it. But then you guys were so right that it's like, well, duh, of course we're doing an October album. Like, we don't need, doesn't have to say that. We'll remember. We know what this is. So yeah, it made a whole lot of sense and it helped to fill in the space, and I don't know, like the scale of that title feels really good. So it was a really good suggestion. Okay, so we've got my title bit here. Good to go. All right, so enamel dots. Do I want to do enamel dots? I kind of like the idea of doing, I don't know what I'm doing with these. So it's like, what if I did, I have no idea. Okay, those of you who use enamel dots, help me out. Where do you put enamel dots? Like would I put them like down here? I always like them when people do them. I don't know. Or like in a corner bit, or not at the top. That doesn't make sense, right? Like maybe right in here. And you gotta have 3, right? Because otherwise we're out of proportion with our lack of rule of 3s. All right, I'm also going to trim a tiny bit off of the edge here, so this one will go nicely down inside of the pocket there. And then we'll figure out if I should do enamel dots, and then we'll move on to today's story. Everything's going to be caught up and all nice. Yay. All right, so the thing I like is I can bring over this pink color, you know? I think I'm just going to go for it here. You know, and if it looks dumb, then whatever. It's okay. All right, so thinking like maybe we'll do it like there. I don't know. Oh. Stab. Is it weird to just have 2? Because like nothing else makes sense. I could put it out here. Nope, don't like that. Because now I've committed to 2. They're balanced by the #1. Okay, Risa, I'm taking your word on that. We're doing it because I don't feel like it goes anywhere else. So yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. So there's day 1, totally done now. Yay. And then we'll move on to today. Love it. Okay, so today's story. Today's story is only going to go on one side of my album. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a pocket that is going to hold stories about my favorite costumes. So what I decided for the most part is to follow along with the prompts that I created for 31 days of 31 days of Halloween prompts. Because I felt like that could be a really fun way to pull out some different stories this year than I've told in the past. The places where it gets tricky are the days when we actually do things, like the bigger things, and telling those stories. So like, for example, I could have decided for my story today to talk about the wedding, like going to the wedding last night. So that could have been my story. Instead, I'm telling the story about favorite costumes that we've had throughout the years, which doesn't really, like, I didn't need any specific photo from yesterday in order to tell the story. In fact, what I did is I went back in time and pulled photos from my photo archives on the computer, and that worked out just fine for me. So, when you're working in an album like this, it doesn't necessarily have to be daily in a sense of, what are you doing daily, or, a story about a specific day. It could be a story about the past or the future or whatever you want it to be, which feels a little bit more freeing, especially when I don't have a legit plan for this year. So that helped to make it feel a little bit better. So what we're going to do is create some tags. We've got the back side of them is this, where I will have the photos and the words. The front side of it, I'm going to use some papers to decorate them. I've got a couple of different twos that I pulled out. I also pulled out this trim. It's just like lace trim. That's really pretty that I thought I could add onto the tags to give them a little bit of whimsy. I've got my Heidi Swap, I should just get these out, the Heidi Swap tiny phrase stickers that are fun to use. I really debated on doing a full page of journaling and then talking about just one favorite costume and finding multiple pictures of it and adding it into this page protector, which has two small spots and then a larger spot here at the bottom. But I decided not to do that, and I'll probably use this configuration for maybe the next story that I do, which I can't remember what the next one is. I think the next story might be, Do You Believe in Ghosts? So that could be a fun one to put in here and have some kind of, I don't know, I have to think about that. So that's going to be for a different day. I've got my Heidi Swap, what is this called? I mean, it's her stamp, but I don't know if it has a specific name. It doesn't. But it's an alphabet stamp that's got kind of like a creepy look to it, which I thought was pretty cool. Actually, I'm going to just open this up as well. So I might stamp out some of my title piece. I've got some chipboard I pulled out, some other ephemera pieces I pulled out. I have this card that I super loved from last year's Paper Person collection from Halloween. It says, "This is Halloween." The backside is this really cool spider web, but I liked the color of this orange with the black and white. I thought that was really pretty cool, which then helped me pull some different colors and papers. The idea for the pocket came from this piece here. This is me just playing with all different kinds of ideas. So this that you see is a plastic, it's a plastic piece, an acetate piece. I'm going to hold it up here so you guys can see. That's got pumpkins in the bottom corner. Oh, you know what? While I'm up here, let me make sure I'm still. Yep, we're still going. So it's got pumpkins in the bottom corner. It's got spider webs in the top piece of it. And then these spiders that go in a line around it. So it's a pretty cool plastic piece. And the funny thing about this is actually packaging from some window stickers that my kids got. So it's like totally random. It's not a scrapbooking supply. It's literally like stuff that you would throw away. So I thought it was really cool and I kept it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a pocket. It's a little bit too tall, but it's the perfect width. I have no idea where the stickers came from, if they were like Target dollar aisle or the dollar store, or where it was actually our friends gave my kids like they're like the stretchy, like gooey feeling window stickers. They gave the kids that just when we moved into the house, and they had fun playing with them and then throwing them on the walls and stuff like that, because that's what kids do. And I was like, I'm keeping that. So that's where this came from. Totally random. And then the paper I'm going to use for my background is from the A Little Scary collection. This one is called Hello October. It's got a white background with black stars, and then the opposite side is the calendar page, which I really, really like this side. So let's go ahead and get started by cutting out the background piece. Okay, so I'm going to see what you guys are saying about enamel dots. Put them in empty spaces. Bottom looks good. Go for it. 2 dots are balanced by the 1. 2 probably good. Yep. All right, so this needs to be 8 1/4. Like so. That's going to be the background. So then we can... So this is going to go on top. And I'm going to just stitch it on here, I think, because it will be hard to do it any other way. Also, I'm considering, but I'm not going to have it go the whole way because this is going to hold those tags. So I'm thinking I want it to go maybe only halfway. What would that be? Where would that end up? Go down at the bottom, go there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I'll do like 4 1/4, and then I can use the top piece for something else some other time. I actually could do the exact same thing with that top piece, and it just looks like there's spider webs at the bottom, or something like that in the future. For now, let's just cut this in half. So we're going to go 4, let's just do 4 1/2. Okay. That'll give me the bottom of the pocket, right? So then the other pieces will go into that. So they'll be like this, and they'll just slide in. I think that'll be cute. So with that... Other thing to think about is, do I want to stamp or do I want to add some, some of these things? I know I want to stitch on some of the, whatever this is called, lace. So I need to do that before I, get that adjusted, because I like to just pull out my machine and stitch everything that I need to do all at the same time. Okay, so like, what do I... The patterns I pulled to back the tags with are these. I really like the combination of these with the stars and whatnot on the background. Like most likely I'll probably stick with those. Or those. I kind of like that even better. So it'll probably be that will be my tags. Which then means, if we have all these colors layered up back here, then it's going to be hard to see black. So maybe not black. Maybe instead, do I have maybe some gold? Gold could work. I was thinking about stamping this on there, but again, I was going to use maybe stays on, and that will be hard to see. So maybe not stamping. We'll have to do that another time. I know I've got gold stickers. It's just, you know, are they... I've got numbers. Do I have letters? Whoa. These are like foam thickers. They're okay. So that's going to bulk it up a lot. So also kind of like maybe not. Okay, so what do I have that's white? Lots of numbers. I'm thinking for my title of calling it like Best Dressed. I think that's kind of clever. You know, I could stamp it in orange and fussy cut it out and then put it down. That could be fun. It'll take me some time to do it, because it will be stamping. But I could do that. So I could go like an orange title that says Best Dressed, and then have that stitched on there, have these kind of done, and then it'll be like that. I kind of like that idea. I like that. And I could always, you know, like put the number on there as well. Oops. Okay. I think I'm going to do that. So before we do all that stamping and fussy cutting, let's do the tags. Let's get the rest of the tags ready to go. So we're going to use these three. I want to trace it on the back of this. All right, pencil. So it's going to be one. Okay, next. That's for family ones. So let me also go ahead and just stick these down. These are the costumes. So this one was our last year's family Halloween costume. We were characters from the Powerpuff Girls, which was we purposefully did that because Jonah's nickname is Jojo. And so we wanted him to be the bad guy, Mojo Jojo. He was pretty perfect. So that was last year. And then, although these I'm thinking I'm going to put on the front. So these are going to be the back with just the journaling. You know, I kind of want to maybe layer some washi tape underneath or something. So let's pull this up for a second. And then more. There we go. Okay, and we'll put some washi under it just to spruce it up a minute, you know? Okay, so that's that one. We're going to think about something like that on there. Oh, you know what? I could use one of these. That's what I'll do. So we've got pick your poison, trick or treat, come for a bite, ghostly greetings, hello, don't be a scaredy cat. How about, what are you supposed to be? That can go up here. Okay, so that's that, and then the back side will be the tag portion. All right, so next let's do this one. So these are going to go together. And then this one is going to go with the black and white. Which part of you do I want to use? Maybe like that. So, put that on there. Well, shoot. Oh, okay, let me get my eraser. My good eraser, since I just wrote on this. Whoops. Okay. So, cut this guy out. So, number 2. Okay, so that's going to go on the back of this one, and then let's get the photo on here. So this one is Mario. When Izzy was a year old, we dressed up, my husband, myself, and Izzy, and then my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and our good friend and his girlfriend at the time. We all dressed up as the Mario gang. So Izzy and I, well, Izzy was Toadette. I was Peach. Aaron was Mario. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law were Luigi and Daisy. And then our friends were Waluigi and Rosalina. So we had like the whole group. It was so fun. We had such a good time. A lot of times, we haven't in many, many, many years, but we used to go to this event here in Michigan called Youmacon, which is an anime convention. But it's also, you know, a lot of like pop culture with video games and that kind of stuff as well. So we used to go to that on a fairly regular basis and dress up and do the whole thing. And this was one of my favorite years. So I have a picture of me as Princess Peach and Isabella as Toadette. There's got to be something that's like, let's see here, resting witch face, you've got it haunted, it's Halloween, here for the booze, bad and bougie, that's funny, witching hour is near, something wicked, the most spectacular time of the year. These are a little bit too long. Maybe, which way to candy? Ghostly greetings. Hi, pumpkin is a little too short. Here for the candy. Maybe we'll do this if you've got it haunted. And that can be the piece up at the top. So that way we're getting kind of a, you know, a formula going here. This needs a little more adhesive on it, I think. Let's do that. So that it will stick down and stay down. Okay. There, that's better. Okay. So that gives me 2 of them. Right. That one goes there. This one goes there. We got 1 more. And this one is the oldest one, which was when Aaron and I were just dating at the time, and my now sister-in-law and brother-in-law were also just dating at the time. So this was the first time we dressed up as a group to go to Youmacon together. And this time we dressed up as the Scooby-Doo gang. So Erin was Freddie, and I was Daphne. And then my sister-in-law was Velma, and my brother-in-law was Shaggy. So we didn't really have a Scooby. We just had like a stuffed animal Scooby that we brought around with us. It was so fun. So this one marks a pretty big occasion because it was the very first time we dressed up as a group. And, you know, now we're all married to our spouses and we're actually related to each other, you know, in that way now. It's pretty cool. So, it's like one of those moments when it's, you know, these are meant to be your people, right? The ones that dress up with you like Scooby-Doo. So I've got a picture of the 4 of us in our costume. It's a slightly blurry picture, but it's one of my favorite ones because we're kind of posing like the mystery gang. And when you print it small, so if you have blurry pictures, if you print them smaller, they actually, it works out pretty nicely. Okay, so I'm going to grab the washi, stick underneath, and then, all right, then we'll get a thing for the top. So this one will say, what could this one be? There's got to be something funny, right? Resting witch phase, bad and bougie. I mean, maybe something wicked this way comes. And we got Erin pointing, aka Fred. Okay, so that can be that one, which goes there. Okay, so that gets the back side of those tags done, and now I've got the patterns for the front side. Costume-wise, we have not picked our costumes yet this year. I did pose the question to Izzy, asking her, you know, like, what did she want to be this year? And she said possibly like Pokemon, but she doesn't know what Pokemon she wants to be. So we're not totally sure yet what our family's gonna be. I want to do something themed because it makes it really fun when you all dress up together. It just kind of depends. So if we end up being the the Pokemon people, then it will likely be Izzy and Jonah as Pokemon, and then me and Erin as Pokemon trainers. That could potentially be our costume this year. We also thought it could be fun to be Team Rocket, maybe. And then Izzy could be a trainer, and Jonah could be a Pokemon. So we don't know yet, you know? It's all up in the air. Okay, so we've got the front patterns here. So now what I want to do is add some funness here. So we've got this like really cool, whatever this is called. I can't talk. What is this? Lace. This pretty cool lace. And I'm like, what if I added like a piece to each of them, you know? So we'll like cut off a piece of the orange, a piece of the black, and then a piece of the pink. This was one of the things that sold me on this collection because I really like different textures. And so when I saw they had these lace pieces, I was like, yep, that's going to be what I use this year because I like the idea of using the lace stuff. Okay, so I was also thinking that, and maybe they all need to go kind of towards the bottom. No, stop. Okay. We'll see here if I need to get more of that orange since it's so thin. I might want to do like 2 pieces of it instead of just 1. And then I've got these flatter pieces, and I need the flat ones because these are going to go down inside the pockets, you know? So I liked the idea of putting some kind of title in them. This one says, this was so wicked awesome. And that could probably be okay as long as these 2 are flat. This could probably be fine. And then it's like, do I want to add anything else? You know? I have these 2 pieces of washi that are kind of cool. Just figuring out where it ends right here. And this one is bats. I don't even remember where I found these. Maybe Michael's a couple years ago. All right, so I could. No, I think I like it better without the washi there. Okay, so that's going to be that. Are you guys working on anything today? Working on your pages? I know, Etienne, you craft a lot. Or at least you did the other day during the live. Dropping all my stuff again. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just go with that. What would this look like with another piece? Would that help it feel a bit more substantial? Maybe. You know, sure, why not? Let's do it. We'll just do 2 of them here. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with that. And then what I'll do to help hold them down in order to get them stitched is to actually add some adhesive to them and stick that down. So like this one, we'll do a piece and put that in the middle of this. This. Okay. And then it's sticky through it, so I can then just kind of position and stick it down. And then we'll actually stitch it down to the tag. Nope, that didn't quite work. So let's add another piece then to the back side, just on, you know, exactly where the ephemera is. Okay. And then stick that down like so. Where is this at? Okay. So what I want to see is when I get these in here. What if I do a piece there? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna vary the heights on this. I don't know if I'm gonna end up loving it or not. We'll find out. But it'll give it a little bit more interest, I think, inside the pocket itself. So let's do that and that. Add these on here. The reason I decided to do all this is just because I wanted to have something that felt really textured. That's something I enjoy inside of my October dailies and inside of my December dailies, is having really textured elements. Put that on here, put this on there, kind of in the middle. And then that's ready to be stitched on as well. And then it's just this last one. And I think once I get these, oh no, I got to do the title too. Shoot. Okay. Whoops. Tore a little bit off. This one's from an older Allie Edwards. Actually, I think it was last year there was like an add-on piece that you could get with one of the, maybe the October Stories by the Month kit. Okay. And then one more little piece, and then that will be the tags. And we just need the title, and then we can assemble. The hard part's figuring out where everything should go. Okay, so that's going to be all those. Okay, I'll throw that to the side, that to the side, these to the side, which don't need anything else. So let's stamp out a title. That I'll need at some other point. And just see where else I need to go. Working on day 1 and 2, Paula. Yay. What stories are you telling for day 1 and 2? And Kathleen, what are you crocheting? What are you making? I wish I knew how to crochet. I started to learn how. I don't even remember what I made. I don't know if I made anything. Maybe just like a line of stitching with crochet. It's so kind of like calming, I think, to sit and work with your hands like that. It's kind of how I feel about fussy cutting, that it just feels kind of soothing to do something that's repetitive. Okay, so that out, I'm gonna put all these away, and then what we're gonna do is stamp the title. Before I stamp the title, I do want to make sure that my phone is still recording. So let me come up here and double check that real quick. Yep, we're still good. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna get my stamp pad out, and I also need my ink. So I think I'm gonna use this one, which is Orange Spice from scrapbook.com. So let's open that up. I have this really fun acrylic block to use. Let me see if I can, actually if I put it on the black, you'll be able to see it. So this acrylic block was from my friend Shuin, who is Shoe Puff Designs. And it's Harry Potter. Isn't that so cute? It says, "Believe in yourself," with this little Harry Potter guy on it. It's adorable. It came from, I kept the packaging so I could tell you, the Sassy Club is where she got it from. So anyway, it's really cute. Just a little block, acrylic block. Okay, so title we're gonna say is Best Dressed. I also realize I don't have my cleaning cloth. Let me grab that out. And I like to keep it in one of those just to protect my surface. And here it is. It is currently bone dry. So I'm gonna go get this wet really quick, and then we'll get going. here we go. So we are wet. And let's see how this goes. So we're saying best dressed. Okay. Best. I like how these are imperfect, which makes them feel like kind of creepy, spooky, right? Best. BST. It doesn't matter if they are not straight or anything on here or remotely close together because I am going to cut them out. Best dressed D. R. E. S. S. ED. Okay. Okay, so there is the title, Best Dressed. I think the orange is going to be the right move for the title piece there. Put that to the side, put that back. And let's cut these out real quick. I'm going to do this one first. All right, let's see here. Did the recording work yesterday? Yes, Deb, it did. So, which made me so happy because I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do if this doesn't work? Like, I was honestly thinking if I couldn't get the recordings to work and to be in, a quality that felt good enough to me, I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to do my process videos only here, and then I can just kind of do like a recap flip through for YouTube. I'm like, I don't know what else to do at that point. So I'm glad it worked. We'll see how the month goes, It'll be interesting. It's a lot of video footage to edit because, I don't have as solid of a plan as I normally do. So normally my pages don't take me as long because I know exactly what I'm going to do. Or there are some things, like today I wasn't sure if I was going to stamp my title or if I wanted to use stickers. So I just kind of let it be. Whereas like this, I could probably have done off screen before, like last night or something, but I wasn't really sure because I didn't really have that great of a plan. So as the month progresses, I might be able to do some of this stuff off screen so that, it's not as much of this kind of thing. But this does give you an idea of, here's really, it does take some time to do these things. BEST. So it is what it is. But I'm really glad that it worked. Working on a layout of my granddaughter when she learned about clapping. Aww, that's so sweet. I love how with little kids, with like babies, just how much every tiny little thing they do, we celebrate, it's pretty cool. Speaking of celebrating little things, think it was last week on Thursday, something that Izzy did recently that I feel really proud of her about. Or just like, I don't know, I'm really proud of her. She, at their school, they earn something called BAMs, which are basically pom-poms, little like tiny pom-poms that they can earn by doing, good things like staying in line or being quiet when the teacher asks you to, following directions, like all different kinds of things. And they don't earn them every day. It's not, like every day they have a chance to earn BAMs, but not every day do they. And it's usually not awarded to the entire class all at once, although it can be, but usually it's individualized. So anyway, once they earn BAMs, they can then spend them during like specific days of the week. Maybe it's Thursdays, maybe it's Fridays, where they're allowed to exchange their pom-poms for different rewards. So it could be, well, I actually don't even know what all the rewards are. I know 2 of them because they're the ones she told me about. So she is currently saving up her BAMs to earn a day where she can wear pajamas and socks to school and no shoes, which is really funny because Izzy, like, I don't know, something about socks and shoes that she just a lot of times can't handle it. Like she doesn't always like socks, and she certainly doesn't always like shoes. So it's funny that she's saving up for that kind of a day because I can totally see her doing that. Like, oh, I can wear only socks and not shoes. That's what I want. So anyway, she's working on saving up for that. I have no idea how many BAMs it costs to get that kind of a reward. But I'm assuming it's kind of a bigger commitment to save for. So then she came home last week on Thursday and was telling me about her classmates, and she's like, they had the ability to spend their BAMs, and that a lot of people in her class did because one of the rewards is candy. So she's like, the people at my table and some of my friends, they turned in their BAMs and they got candy today. But she's like, but I didn't. I'm saving mine to get the pajama day because that's what I really want. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you for sticking to what you want, and holding out for something else, like having some self-restraint when other kids are getting candy and whatnot, and you're not getting it, you're not getting that instant gratification so that you can have something you really want later. So anyway, something small, right? Like that's a small thing, but it's also a really big thing. Just like babies clapping, like it's such a little tiny thing, but it's also such a big thing. Anyway, so yeah. Your story made me think about that. Yeah. Anyway, so we're almost there. We're almost all cut out here. Let me see what else you guys are doing. Day 1 is decorating the house. Day 2 is the pumpkin patch. Ooh, so fun. I can't wait to go to the pumpkin patch. The chamois that I am using here, Deb, this is actually, it's called an absorber, I think is the name they give it on Amazon. And it's actually like towel size. It's huge. It's a very large amount of material. And so I take it and I cut it down into smaller squares. And then when they start to get really nasty, I'll throw the square away and cut myself a new one. So it's an absorber. It's from Amazon. You can look up, like if you're on Amazon, you can look up like car cleaning cloth. You can look up chamois. I'm trying to think what other names it might have. But those are the ones that for sure I know about. So, and it's way more cost effective than the Lawn Fawn stamp chamois. Those, I feel like one of those is like $10 and it's this size. Whereas like this whole towel thing was like $15 or something. Like it was way more cost effective. I think you can also get them at like department stores in the car section, because they're used for that a lot of times too. All right, one more. Let's see. I'm embellishing the edges of a sweater that I would have otherwise donated. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. That you can like give your clothes a little bit of a makeover, a facelift. That's so cool. I wouldn't know the first thing about how to do that. That is so cool. Okay, so here's that. What do we say? Someone tell me that scrapbook starts to become, scrapbooking becomes natural. Yeah, I agree with Etienne. A lot of times, working with sketches can be really nice. You know what I like to do? So something, and I haven't done it yet for this year, but I will now that I have my computer set up and as I'm working through stories. So let's say you're creating an album that is Halloween themed, right? Like I'm doing right now. I might come up with some different things like I will go on Pinterest and just type in Halloween Happy Mail and see what comes up, because a lot of times looking at those types of things can be really inspiring. It doesn't have to be necessarily a layout. It could be any kind of thing, like cards. So if you're working on a December project, you might type in, like December Happy Mail or December artwork. Artwork also is a great place to look for inspiration. If you have a specific shape that you're thinking of, so like maybe I want to do something with pumpkins. So maybe I'll type in like artwork pumpkins and just see what comes up and see if that helps to inspire some ideas. So that's a lot of times where I start when I don't have a specific sketch I'm working with. Sometimes I'll just go and look at a couple of my favorites, people who I feel like have a similar style to me, because there are people, I love their stuff, but their style's not really my style. And so I might incorporate some of the things they're doing, but not all of them, because I want it to still feel like, it came from me. But there's no harm. There's definitely no harm in looking them up and seeing, what kind of ideas they have and using that as a sketch. Okay, so we're going to get these plunked on here. Just trying to keep it straight on here so I can get it all where I want it to go and be best. Okay. But I do think that the more you're working with your products, the more you will figure out like which ones you like to use. For me, an example, I like to buy these sheets of stickers and then I don't use them. And hopefully I'll use more of them this year, but I really don't use them. So, if I still don't this year, when I come to buy my products next year, I won't get anything like that because I'm not going to use it. It doesn't inspire me, that sort of thing. And yes, I see your thing about formulas. Formulas also really help. So if you figure out something you like for me, let's say Project Life, right? Project Life, you're working with a lot of different content, different photos that range over different days, and then journaling that talks about lots of different things. So there's already a lot going on with Project Life. So when I go to embellish Project Life, I try to keep it really, really simple. By adding like only one or two, at a max 3 things on the different types of content. So I like to break mine down a lot of times into, 4x6s. All of my 4x6 photos are going to have these items, and all of my 3x4 photos are going to have these items, and that sort of thing. And that helps me to make decisions faster, for sure. All right, so let's get these on here too. Best dressed. I think I'm slightly not center, but that's okay. I'll probably fill it in with something else here. All right, so D-R-E-S-S-E-D. These I already added adhesive to. I'm going to also stitch on top of this because I like the look of that through letters, especially with a project like this one where we're adding lots of texture. Emma, I'll have to see if I've got a board. I bet I do. I mean, I must, because I know I saved that stuff. I just haven't looked at it in a while. But, yeah. Okay. Oh, two more, and then we can finally assemble everything together. Yay. Today took some time because I had to get all that stuff back. We had to backtrack and get all that other stuff done. But the nice thing is all I have left to do once this page is done is print my reason why journaling, and then ask my family the questions, and we'll be caught right up, you know? Okay. There we go. Best dressed is the title piece here. Maybe, because I also want to add the number 2, right? So, new. So let's pretend that this is put together. I guess the rest of this I could do later, right? Because I don't really need any of this on there when I'm stitching. I do not. Well, except I could stitch some stuff on. All right, so what do we want to do here? So this is going to be the page. That's going to be the pocket, which will go right on there. Fill that in there. No, I do have maybe, not that. I do have some stickers, like puffy stickers. I could do that. And then down in here. So I could do like the thin ones, or are these the same size or are these smaller? Ooh, you're smaller. So let's get you off of here. All right, because that would be too big. Too big. Never mind. I retract that. But you could go on there. Maybe that one. Okay. All right, we'll close this ring back up and let's do that. Or should I do gold? I could do gold. Let's leave this out too, because that could be cool. All right, now let's get the sewing machine. let's get everything put together, and then we'll put the final touches on it, and that'll be today. So I've got you, you, you. I do like this. So I'm going to add that on there because I like that. Where did my, here you are. This Simply Spooktacular. So let's add you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's kind of cockeye it this way. Okay. So this is all the stitching stuff. All right, machine and cords. Put you back here. Okay. Do another little peeky. Whoops. Make sure we are, yep, still recording. Good. Okay. I don't know what happened on the first day. It made me very much not trust it. Which is kind of funny. All right, so for this, so this is going to be loud because I am going to be stitching. So just a total heads up on that for any of you guys in case you want to turn your sound down. I'm just going to go for it. Get this done. Okay. All right, and then the last thing I need to do is attach this piece to the background piece. Stitching, and then we'll be done sewing. Okay. Oops. Okay, so let's put this on here. And I'm thinking I'm going to go on the inside of the spiders. I think that will make the most sense. I just want to make sure that we are even here. I should probably do the clip. Let's get a clip and do that because I think that will hold it in place the best. So I want it lined up on the bottom. Clip it there so it stays in place. And then go on the inside of these spiders. Okay, here we go. You. No. Didn't ruin my tension. All right. Okay. No. No. Nope, nope, nope. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. So, I might just need to go like down. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh, whoops, I went too far. Well, oh well. Okay, now we'll go back this way. Okay, so I think that will do it. We'll see how this worked. Okay. So, we have a pocket. Yay. I think maybe this one I will kind of, well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I can bring myself to have strings. Like, definitely, no, I can't. No. Nope. I was like, maybe I'll let this be kind of stringed on this one. No. Mm-mm. Okay, so let's hole punch it. This is going to go this way. So we're going to hole punch it this way, which, perfect. I was hoping it wouldn't run into the stitching, which it doesn't, so that's good. It's the right call. Put it down there. Come on. Okay. Hole punched. We got a pocket. Pretty happy with all of this. Okay. Yes. All right, so then these just need the other stuff on the back side, and then we're done. Oh no, the two. I needed two. So I was thinking, I think I'm going to do gold. Well, let's get the tags in there and then we'll decide. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just kind of trim this roughly. Trim that. So some of these I didn't go all the way to the edge because I like the way that it looks with it being a little bit not attached. I think that's kind of fun. So we've got you. Got you. This one I attempted some messy stitching. It was okay. I'm much better at clean stitching than messy stitching. I can't be a natural, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem natural, like I naturally messed up, you know? Or maybe that's just me being critical. But, okay, so there's that one. There, and then this one, which will do that. And then trim that. Trim that, and those. Okay, so there are the tags that just need their photos. Where did I put those? I set them over here. There they are. Okay, so no, you go there. You go there, I think. You go there. So let's get these attached back to back. And that will be the story. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that we are nice and even here. Pull that up and just kind of trim off the bottom a little bit. That looks pretty good. Oh, here's like a tiny bit. Okay. That's going to give me tag number 1, which we'll just do this black and white twine. Almost feel like it's like it almost needs to be doubled up. And this is another fun thing you could do with the lacy bits, is you could actually use those as ribbons or twine to put through tags too, and that could be really, really pretty. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that thicker bit better, so if we do that, then it's a bit thicker at the top. Okay, so there is one. This will be number 2. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's do that again. Where we'll double it up. Okay, and then one last one. Okay. See if I'm missing out on anything. Probably could do. Yes. Absorber towels. Yep. So where week after week. What about hanging the 2 off of a tag, the charm. That's not a bad idea, actually. Let me look at that, actually. I'm gonna, because yeah, that's not a bad idea. Since the bottom of it already seems, you know, the bottom of that pocket seems pretty full. So maybe we'll do this one. It can be the first. Okay, so what if we did that? So we've got, you know, these like ribbony ones, lacy ones. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. The black and white one. So if we hung the 2 right here, I do kind of like that. Okay, let's do that. And I like the orange the best in the front, I think. So let's take that off. We're gonna go 1, 2. Okay. So too cute to spook. You're just getting twine. And then silly and spooky is gonna get the charm. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay, so what if figure out how to get it on here? How to get you? Well, I guess what I could do potentially, let's see how this works. Where did I put it? Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so that just needs to like hang down a bit. Okay. The hard part with these Tim Holtz things. Okay. Okay, we can do this. Get in the hole. There we go. All right, so there is the number 2. Boop. Come on. Okay, so what if no. Nope, nope, nope. I might just bow it, make a bow. And come on. Like, what if I then I don't know, I'm just playing with strings. How can I get this to look the way I want it to look, right? All right, so and that's backwards. Okay, no, that's fine. We're good. We're good. All right, so nope. I still like the idea of maybe putting a bow in it. Okay, so we're going to pull one string a little bit tighter. We're going to tie this where we want it to hang. Put a bow in there. Okay, I got a different idea. So, what if we make this one match the others? So put this in here, do that, make it match the same texture, and then maybe I just like, I have a different idea. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to take a little piece of this again and string it on here. Okay. We're gonna tie a bow in it. Where'd you go? Okay, there, round up. Okay. Make it a little bow, not a big bow. Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to use some score tape to put it onto the tag, and that's going to be that. Awesome. Okay. Let's get the backing off. 1 and 2. Come on. Okay. Okay. So then this gets down inside like so. Okay. Yay! That does it. Okay, so let's throw all this back in here, out of my way. We'll stick it in the album. Do you guys want me to read the journaling to you? Because I can, if you would like to hear it. And then that's going to be it for today. Today took a long time. Thank you for sticking around with me today. My goodness. Tomorrow we'll be able to do just one page. That will be nice. Back at it. Okay. So this is all garbage. This is all for me to put away. For me to put away. Put away. Garbage. Put away. Put away. Put away. All of it. Okay. All right. Do that. Put this over here. Okay, so my goodness, that took some work today. I probably should also just go ahead and adhere these back to back. So let's do that too real quick. That way we don't have to worry about it at a later point in time. I really, really like the way this one turned out. Like, this one feels, it just feels really good. It feels like me. Like I'm getting back into it again, you guys. Taking a month off of crafting really kind of leaves you in a rut, you know? So this feels like me. Let me just do one more through the middle here, and then we'll get this done. I like trying to make layouts for the October season that have a little bit of a grunge feel to them, but that are still pretty clean. Like I have a hard time with like the messy look. I love the way that it looks. It's so cool, especially with Halloween stuff. But I don't know. I like to mix in the clean stuff with the grungy stuff. I think it has a cool effect. All right, so we're gonna line up these holes here, stick it all down. And then that will be that. Nice and secure. Okay. All right, so here we go. Pull this back over. All right, so this one I don't have yet. This one was just the list that we made. So for my journaling today, I've got the 3 tags in here that all have the fun stuff on the front, right? So this one, I said one of my favorite costumes of all time was the time Erin, Alex, Caitlin, and I dressed up like the Scooby-Doo gang for attending YomaCon. We knew we wanted to dress up as a themed group, and this theme seemed really approachable for us, but also different than anyone else. We shopped for our clothes, visiting the mall, vintage stores, and costume shops until we had all the pieces together. We were super proud of our costumes and had the absolute best time at YomaCon together. We were stopped often for photos and did our best to stay in character. Sometime soon, we all need to bust these back out again and dress up as the gang. Loved that this was the first time of many group costumes for the 4 of us. Then I've got this one. I said my next favorite costume was the time we dressed up as the Mario gang. I made the costumes for myself, Peach, Caitlin, Daisy, and Isabella Toadette, while the boys were able to piece theirs together. We went to YomaCon again as the whole group and had a total blast. Love that Izzy got to join in on the fun, and I will always cherish that I was able to sew together her very first costume. YomaCon took place on Halloween this year, which also added to the fun. And then the last one, my final favorite costume was our family Halloween costumes from 2020. During this year, we dressed up as characters from the Powerpuff Girls, specifically so JoJo could be Mojo Jojo. It was absolutely perfect. It helped to make our abnormal Halloween more special, since we really couldn't do any trick-or-treating. Instead, we set up a scavenger hunt in the backyard, all donned on our costumes for the entire day. Plus, it was our very first themed family costumes. Loved it. So there we go. There's my story for the day about favorite costumes, and then, you know, how it all goes together. So fun. So fun. All right, friends. Well, thank you for sticking with me for so long today. It was nice to have some company while I got this page done. I so love it. I so love it. And let this just be a reminder that you can find supplies to use in your scrapbooks anywhere, even from packaging that would normally be tossed out, because that's what this was. So it's, you know, totally worth it to keep that kind of stuff for these things. All right, friends, I'm going to be back again tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time working on my next story, which I believe is Do You Believe in Ghosts? So come back tomorrow to find out if I believe in ghosts, and let's have a conversation about it tomorrow. I'd be curious to hear what you guys all think. That's a fun topic. All right, so until next time, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your Sunday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends.